voted on it on the ballot.
Oh, yeah, that didn't work.
No.
We will call the meeting to order.
Just try those. Yeah, thanks.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All the warrants will be signed at some point before you leave.
I already signed them.
You got,
I
I
did.
guess they all have been signed in. Approval of meeting minutes from meetings June 1st, 2022 and June 7th, 2022. I guess the June 1st one is a continuation of the combined meeting with the planning board down there. Did anybody have a chance to look that over? It was kind of, you redid it, correct?
The only thing I added was the lines on the bottom to have Mandy and
That was the
Dave sign.
request, right.
That was the request last meeting.
So we kind of approved it before, we just didn't have a spot to sign.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I guess I wasn't there, so
So I'll make a motion that we approve the new meeting minutes for the June 1st meeting.
Second it.
move and second that we approve the June 1st meeting minutes. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor. Breeze coming in through the window.
Everybody had a chance to look at the June 7th meeting minutes? I didn't see anything when I just went over it quickly here.
I didn't either.
I think it looks pretty good. The only thing I would question is in the executive session, we have stated it was announced that Loretta Powers was hired. Should we say that it was announced that Loretta Powers is to be hired? Just because we haven't officially made.
We didn't have the executive session because we didn't need it on the last one.
Right.
But we do have to go back
Right.
and correctly vote on
yeah.
hiring them. But we already had the discussion in executive session.
Right.
So now we bring it up to what we actually,
We probably should have done at that meeting.
we should have done last meeting.
Right. I just didn't know if we had to change that to fit what we're doing now.
It's past tense, so that's why we're curious.
Yeah, that's the only thing I question.
Well, I kind of did things wrong, which I'm accustomed to doing anyway. Not knowing any better.
Well, I just didn't know if we had to change it to put, that she is to be hired or will be, or, I don't know, instead of was hired.
I don't know, other than the fact of the date, that would be the only thing that would be an issue maybe.
Well, I think the only thing we have to do is
Vote on it.
vote on it, and
I mean, if you think that's
we did everything right except for we didn't do it in an open meeting.
Right.
Actually,
We didn't vote on it in the meeting. We didn't vote on it.
No, you guys didn't vote on it at all,
Yeah.
we just talked about it.
One of the things that we didn't put it out public was because we wanted her to do it public before we did it public for her job.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I just didn't know if we had to change that phrase. If you don't think so, then I think the minutes are fine.
I can't see where other than the date it would make any difference, but we can make a motion that we hire Loretta Powers.
we have to.
I sent you guys
We have to
language
vote
on
on
how you
that in
have
a
to-
public meeting.
Right,
Okay, well, I was just making it public, that's all. But
Yeah.
not yet. Mary, do you have that language in front of you from Casaticas?
I do not.
It's the one I sent, let me go print that so you guys have it in front of you.
Well, we can put that on the record, but I don't think we really need it because, well, let's take care of this part first, whether we want to approve the meeting.
That's the only questionable thing I have on there. I mean, if you don't think it needs to be changed, then I.
Well, that hasn't changed, the last day's still
Okay.
gonna be July
No,
8th.
I'm just, the statement,
The
it was
what?
announced that Loretta Power was hired as the new town administrator. That's my question, should we change it? It was announced that Loretta Power will be offered the new whatever. I just am wondering if we have to change that one sentence. That's my question.
It probably would be, well, we did do that.
Okay, so then we can
It
leave it,
was
yeah.
wrong, yes, so now we'll bring it up and correct my mistake, and we'll move forward.
Okay, so then I make a motion that we approve these meeting minutes.
I'll second that.
It moved and seconded that we approve the June 7th selection meeting minutes, all those in favor?
In favor?
In favor?
Are you keeping a pile, Mandy? for me?
Yes, she is.
Thank you.
I put my phone on it so they don't go away in the breeze that we got here.
Today is the 21st.
Correct.
Yeah, longest day of the year.
Did you just hear that on the radio too?
Oh, I know it is. It always is on the 21st.
It's a big day in the hiking world.
Yeah, they can get a lot of miles in.
No, that's not one.
Okay.
Okay, now, any adjustments to the agenda?
Yes, I added number 6, about the fire department's new trailer.
The information's in the packet. Not this packet, but the one in there, if you wanna look at that.
All right, so, but that was just added on to that.
Correct.
Any announcements? Public comment?
Yeah, I gave the key back, so you can not panic about the church being in violation.
Okay, the business agenda. I did announce that we were gonna hire, or had hired Loretta, but lo and behold, we had a executive session, and then we had to bring it before, in a public meeting before we can actually do that. So that's my bad, I apologize for that. But we did meet with, the committee to go over, and they did make recommendations. And the recommendation was to hire, everybody felt that Loretta would be the better one to do. So I guess we have to have a vote on that in the public meeting. So, to vote on hiring Loretta. And in order for us to really probably do this legally, you'll have to announce to recuse from the vote.
Yes, I am an immediate family member, so I will abstain from voting on this matter. And I also want to point out that I was not part of the interview committee. I did not go through any of the applications. I did not make any sway either way on who to hire. I just want to throw that out there because I know that it was posted on Facebook. Ben has since removed post about having relatives in the right positions to get hired. So I just want to put that out there that I had no part of it and I will not be partaking in this particular vote.
So you two have to motion and accept that.
I will make a motion that we hire Loretta
No,
Powers.
no,
We have-
no.
I'll make a motion that we
Okay.
recuse Mandy from voting
Okay,
on hiring of the town administrator.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor. Okay, and as Mandy had stated that she was not in any way, that's why we went to an outside source to do the hiring. My intention was not to be on that board as well, but the day that I come to welcome the other one, I kind of got drafted. So that's how I ended up on it. Now you can make a motion.
I'll make a motion that we hire Loretta Powers for the position in the office of the
I'll second it.
administrator. Yeah.
It's been moved and seconded that we hire Loretta Powers for the town administrator. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.
And I want to point out that we had Vern Maxfield was in on it, and what's the
Kim.
Kim Sparks was in on it for the outside sources. And we all came to pretty much the same conclusion in the end. We only had 2 applicants. Well, we had 3 applicants. One had no experience. We had one that had a lot of experience in federal government, but he was in a different part of the country. And we kind of come to the conclusion that he wouldn't fit in too well with us. So that left us with Loretta. Not that there was anything that left of it. That's what we chose.
So now I can officially announce that Loretta has been hired as our town administrator, starting July 11th.
7-11, yeah.
And while we're on that subject, I've had conversations with Betsy about her contract. We do not have a town manager form of government, so the contract that the town manager form of government would be different. So she has asked me to seek advice from a lawyer to draft up a contract. And it probably makes sense to do that so that we have it right the first time and not fudging like I normally do. So, but I didn't want to go ahead and give her permission without consulting the other 2 staff.
I think that's a good idea.
I definitely agree. I think we should do it right the first time.
Last time we did.
So then I will email her after at some point tonight and let her know that we have agreed and that she can seek counsel to draft that up.
Is she going to use the town's council, or is she does she have another employment type lawyer?
She probably has somebody that she
Okay.
goes through.
Yeah, good.
I don't know.
Not that our attorney is not knowledgeable, I'm sure, but he does a lot of land use stuff, and he's a municipal attorney, so I just don't.
I think they got somebody in the office there that could do that.
Yeah, okay.
And if we have any real serious thing, we can always forward it to Caspices and have
Okay.
them
Yeah.
review it.
Right,
Okay.
double check it at least.
Yeah.
Okay. We had the lot surveyed up to the church. And as it turns out, I guess it is big enough.
Well, it has enough square footage, whether it's got adequate soils is another
Right.
matter. Yeah.
So I guess that's the next step would be to get a soil test. And the way that they can do the septic systems now, whether it seems like
Yeah,
it would be fairly doubtful that it wouldn't pass because you can build them up
we can build them up.
or whatever.
It would probably take a pump system, I would think.
But, I
Yeah.
mean,
If we build, because we're gonna have to build it up.
Yeah.
so I guess that would be the next step.
Okay.
But if there's room to do that, wouldn't there also be room to maybe fix the foundation problem? Put in a foundation and move it back?
We talked about that, yes.
Let's see at what point. I know the south side, I don't believe you can put a septic system there because it's lead. And, you know, maybe you could move it to the south a little bit, but I do know that the lawn is mowed more than what the property zone belongs to. The lawn is mowed, the lawn is mowed like this. Well, from here,
Oh, yeah,
about
this
here,
is-
it kind
this
of
is
goes
the
out.
lot right here.
No, okay, and this,
So we
this is
do,
a straight shot out, but we're mowing it about like this.
yeah. But I mean, so we've got a couple of different things that, you know, it might be, I guess we'll go with, find out if we can put one there,
Okay.
and where we can put it.
Okay,
And then maybe we can talk to somebody about putting in the foundation and moving it if we have.
so a site evaluator is typically between $500 and $600, just to let the board know
Yeah.
what that could be.
Well, then we'll know.
Yeah, that's right, okay,
I mean, there's money in that account,
yes,
so,
yeah,
you know, to start doing, and that would be a start.
that'll be a start,
This is the
yeah.
question I've got. That Pete there, as far as I know, he's deceased.
Peter don't know anymore, the guy from Rhode Island does now.
Okay, he bought that?
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's the wrong name, but,
okay, well, that's what I was curious about,
Yeah.
because I thought maybe
no,
if
that
it was still in his heirs or
Right there
something,
with
that
Pete.
there might be able to be a chance to buy a piece off of it, but,
well, we're not gonna cross anything out just yet.
yeah.
Right,
Because we haven't talked with them, I
No, I-
mean, we may be able to get some type of an agreement to, I don't know, how, what you would do, but,
right.
I mean,
Well, this only answers parts of the question. You still don't have, you know, water, you'd have to hand carry.
Right.
And then, or a cistern or something like that, and then you've still got parking. DOT's not gonna let us
that's
park.
why I
on the
said if
street.
we can find out about the septic,
Yeah.
then maybe we can see about
Yeah, I would-
moving it
I
back.
would think you could move it towards this corner, because this is ledge out here, which
Right.
you could move it to there, and then that would give you a little bit of parking, maybe a septic there. And we got this 50-foot right-of-way there that we can't put the septic on.
But, I mean, that would be, the
Yeah.
next step would be to see,
Yeah, let's check the soils next. Okay,
and then we'll, you know, go see what that does. Then we can always, you know, talk to the abutters a little bit. I mean, there's not a lot of land there, but we may be able to probably just get enough just to.
we don't know where their septics and wells are either, so there's all that to consider.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, I
think
mean, we're
this
at
one's
least
probably
moving in
on-
the right direction, like,
This
I
one-
think we
This one's
should
probably
just-
down in here somewhere, so there's
This one.
Probably nothing up
is
here.
right about here.
probably nothing right up in this
I
area.
don't think there's anything right now.
I don't think they had anything for that old ice cream shop, because it never really got off the ground. They never opened it. So that
There
would
was a pipe though that comes out of it, if I recollect,
well,
but it's not used, it hasn't been used for years.
Okay.
I don't think they ever opened it,
It may not be done.
so,
Okay,
but we'll start there.
okay.
Um,
Okay, I got my walking.
And I don't know, you know, before we can do this part of it, and then if, you know,
Some of that's gotta go before the planning board probably.
Where would you put the bathroom?
well, we would have to probably put an addition onto it. On the back or something. Or a bathroom and water. I mean, but we gotta do certain steps first. I mean, that would all have to be determined, and we might have to even get the taxpayers' blessing on this before we did a lot too much to it. But
Okay.
let's do the one step and see if that can be done.
Okay,
Will somebody make a motion so we can,
move on.
yeah, just to have that.
I will make a motion that we move ahead with the soil test on the North Newry Church lot.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded that we move ahead with the soil test for the North Newry Church lot. All those in favor?
In favor?
In favor.
In favor. Okay, the next thing is the Recon, bank Recon, and I've been bad, I have not stopped in to look at them.
Me too.
Well, I did. I
May
didn't
is-
find anything wrong.
Tank May is ready now. We really worked, Lori has really worked hard to, they were able to do the bank recon like that because we've taken care of things that were lot, and they were able to do the May recons already done, so it's been added to that file as well.
So we got May added.
So I will try to make an effort to come
So Tink, you might know a
in
little
and do
bit better.
that.
Now look at it.
Okay.
Okay, the warrant notice of elections for the school election needs signatures, 2 copies. I guess we didn't get these before, or
There was
whatever it
one
is.
we had, but we did not. Deb was new at it in the business office of the school, and obviously I'm new at it. We had one, and we did not have the other one, so. It was missing from my packet when I sent everything else.
You might want to show them when they need to sign.
All right, so we need to sign here, and on the next page, and then here, and the next page. This one's
Yep.
gonna be filled out, right?
Yep.
The 16th.
One was just budget.
We don't need to sign.
No, that's a different thing.
Go away.
I think that's you.
It is.
Oh.
That's why I said go away.
You've already talked about that.
I don't want to know why you're not at work.
Now, hang up. It's potential spam.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Mahoosic broadband using ARPA contributions from attorney fees from interlocal agreement oversight. Please see the info from MEPERS, Woodstock, Greenwood, and Bethel have all contributed up to $2,000. This was the amount requested. So we can use that money.
No, you cannot.
You cannot.
No, that's only for the infrastructure.
So they want us to use $2,000 of our own money.
Up to 2,000, yes, please.
So they want $2,000 of our money. Of our money. Yeah.
They requested 1,000 at first, but the more that, during one of our meetings, the more they talked about it, it's, well, we don't know how the quotes are gonna come in from the attorney's offices. Let's go up to $2,000. That way they're not coming back to us a second time asking for more money. If you choose to make a motion, say it up to, please.
So, did we raise any money toward this?
Nope. Oh, that was my comment during the meeting. We just finished having town meeting and none of this was requested prior to.
So we may or may not have, well,
We have an attorney line item, yes. We do budget money for an attorney. More for us.
That's more
Not
for us
broadband.
than it is.
Right.
Do we know how much we budget for an
That's broken out.
Sorry.
That's okay. I think it's just under administration. Hang on, they won't post it.
the other towns have not budgeted money for this.
No, Greenwood had just had their town meeting too.
So,
So, and Vern has his in March. So none of them budgeted for this. I'm pretty sure Bethel did not either.
Did any of the other towns approve it yet?
They all have.
They did.
Of course
Peer-
they did.
No peer pressure.
Just curious. Sorry.
Administration, where was legal expense? 1, 2. Legal, we have 10,000.
but I don't know if we want to use that in case we end up needing to contact all the way down.
Right.
I don't know what other money that we could big borrow a steel from.
What happens if we say no? Do we get booted from the,
I don't know, I didn't ask that question at the meeting from Mia. From the
I mean, we're already like,
I mean, our ARPA funds are committed.
Right.
That is what those go to.
so that it's not like we can say no and then they can be like, sorry, we're not gonna.
You're not gonna wire up Newry,
Right.
huh? No, I don't think that's the case.
Well, at this point, I guess we would have to look into what other sources that we may be able to.
We have some places what do we have for legal fee left over from this year's budget?
That I do not know. You guys got me this stuff ahead of time, you
No,
know.
Well, why don't we just wait, I mean, so this way we can, for the next meeting,
Okay.
you can check on this information to see, and if it ain't soon enough for them, well then,
Then we vote no.
well, Brooks.
Is this the same committee that got all of the FEMA money?
That's what ARPA funds are, yeah. That's what this is.
But they can't use
But they
it for the
can't use
razor.
those funds for the legal fees. They can only use that for the actual
The infrastructure.
Oh,
stuff. That's the problem. But my question is, if we say no, we don't want to put in $2,000.
Oh, we'll look to see what we got, if we don't have $2,000, if we have 1,000, then
Yep, yeah,
so
well,
be it.
yeah, I'll get that out to you all in the morning.
And maybe ask what they will do to us if we say no. Just because now I kind of want to
What's
know.
the consequences? Ramifications.
Right, so we'll table that until we figure out what we have for funds that might be available.
Mm-hmm.
MEPERS needs a specific format as participate in local district. Please see the attached form for signatures.
So, the way our warrant was worded for MEPERS was wrong. It was, the correct language was sent to the previous town administrator on how it should be done, straight from MEPERS, the type, who administrates, right down to the last detail of this policy. Sadly, it didn't get put into the warrant that way. So this is to hopefully get us to muster through, but that in our two selectmen's meeting minutes that make 32 hours change to our policy, and the fact that the selectmen voted to go with the AC plan. With those two sets of minutes in that signature sheet, it should get us through their legal review.
So I guess I'll make a motion that we sign this form it's from Maine, correctly,
Directly.
stating what we need to do because our past administrator did not process it correctly. So when Joel checked into it, this is how they said we could rectify that.
Yes.
And we just had to have a signature to prove that we actually did vote and approve this.
I'll second that motion.
Moved and seconded that we approve this form letter from MEPERS and sign it, and so we can get the ball rolling on MEPERS. All those in favor?
In favor?
In favor.
Thank you.
It's been quite the ordeal, huh?
Yes. Simple answer.
I think some of this was done on purpose too.
All we can do is try to correct things as we find them and move forward.
Yep.
Probably by the time we all get done, we'll be doing it right.
We're gonna
The next
learn,
ones will have to
Yeah,
learn all
yeah.
over
we're
again.
gonna learn a bunch of new stuff. Okay. I'm trying to get you out quickly here.
Okay, next thing, the fire department new trailer for ATV and sled. There's a proposal for review and budget requests for purchase. We've approved the budget.
This is for, I think he wants to buy it out of
Right.
this year's money. He's got enough money this year's
Left over.
left over.
Well, before, we haven't even gone into July 1st would be the new.
Yeah, well.
So there is money left over.
There is,
Left
that's-
over.
I didn't have time to bust all these out, these line items, but if you just look quickly, between expense and equipment and expense operating and maintenance. I mean, what's the cost of the trailer? 6,000?
6,200.
6,200, so, I mean, there's certainly, the chief has not gone crazy on spending this year, so, yeah, we have money, we might just have to shuffle a couple of line items from maintenance and equipment and operations and equipment, as well as, where was the other one we saw?
There's,
Miscellaneous.
No, there's no, well, expense miscellaneous, but that's spent.
there's equipment.
There you go, equipment.
Equipment, there's $5,000 right there. So
That's what I wanted.
Come
Yep.
up with another $1,200 out of one of the other ones.
Yep. I'll ask Alan which one he wants to take it out of. If the board approves this tonight.
Do we not have a trailer for these things, or we
We
just
have
want a new
we have
trailer?
a trailer, it's not big enough, and like when your relative had the accident down there, the trailer, it takes 4 people to put the sled on the trailer, well, we haven't got 4 people to do that.
Right,
So we wanted a bigger trailer so we can put it all on, it's all ready to go, and if you don't need the trailer when you get somewhere, you just take it off and leave it here and go with the rest of it.
and then we can use the other trailer for
Well,
something
the other
else.
trailer will probably, the way Alan talked last night, we'll run it back by us again, but it'll probably go out to bid to be sold.
I don't have anything else they could use it for.
Maybe, I don't know, I mean, it's, we got time, if we get the new trailer, we'll have time to do something with the old one, because we can put it over the other station
Right.
and figure out what we're gonna do.
Well, I guess I'll make the motion that we approve the budget request for the purchase of the new fire department trailer out of this year's budget.
I'll second that. And I appreciate you bringing the motion up, because I didn't wanna do that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we, what's the amount?
6250.
Is that with taxes and everything?
Well, if we show up
That's right.
town tax, we
Tax
don't have
exempt.
to pay taxes.
Yeah, sorry.
So it's been moved and seconded that we buy from Scott Recreation a trailer for the fire department for $62.50.
$6,250?
$6,251, I guess, is what it actually comes out to. All those in favor?
In favor?
In favor.
In favor.
I know Alan has been checking with other places, he didn't actually get a bid on it, but this was the best price he came up with, so.
Probably one of the only places that actually has what you need.
Yeah, what he was looking for, because it's like 22 feet long, you know.
Hard to find those.
Well, I can be quick with the rest to get you out of here, if you're ready.
What do you want?
I can be quick with the rest of this, if
Okay.
you're ready.
I think we're ready, because, I mean, the other trailer is really not wide enough to put the
Right, yeah,
lino in the,
I'll be
I mean,
honest, I
we
have no
probably
idea what
could
it looks like,
extend it
but
out
You wanna
to
look
make
at it, I'll
it
show it to
wider,
you when
but,
we get out.
I believe you, that's not big enough.
okay.
We have what, like 148 left. 30-day notices went out for people who are delinquent with their taxes. We have about 148 that have not paid. We've brought in quite a bit of money, so that's a good
That's
thing.
pretty good, because we have a lot of tax bills.
We do have a lot of tax bills, yeah. We sent out almost 300, but some of those were also interested parties. So this has been great. We had a snafu with the USPS that they fixed on their dollar. Let's just say we have some folks on this side of town that will have an extra 7 days, 7 days notice to pay up. So the USPS decided they would sign the notice, the certified mail, and just deliver the mail. No. We can't do that. I thought the copier would be ordered by now, my bad on the agenda, it's not yet, so I emailed him today and said, hey, where's my quote so we can get this signed, I'd like to present it to you all so you know what we're getting. He has not gotten it to us. Code officer stuff, you can read that. The one thing I would like to do is to request a quote The UDRO ordinance has been updated so many times, but it gets updated as a section. And then nobody looks forward or incorporates that into section 19 and 23 and back to 12, and there's no continuity, and we hit dead ends at several locations where it just stops. It's like, oh, section 12, we need to have a roll-off container. Oh, okay, for what and where and which projects, and it doesn't just tie into the rest of the ordinance. I am not an ordinance writer. I've read them for many, many years, but enforceable and defensible are the two key terms ordinances should be. And right now, we are struggling with UDRO, because we keep jumping.
We change things and stuff, but we don't really
We don't follow it all the way
update the
through.
book.
Right. So I'm working right now with one of my other towns with North Star Planning. They're very reasonable. Their hourly rate's a lot cheaper than our attorney, which is why Upton went with them. And I like what they've done so far for Upton. But, all I want to do is just move forward with a quote, but I wanted to bring it to you guys before I went ahead with that. We're not paying a planner at this time because AgCog doesn't have one, so the planning board has got that line item in there, so we could look at that budget when I get the estimate, see what you all think of that.
So you're just looking to get an estimate?
I'm looking to get an estimate, that's it.
I mean, I don't think that's unreasonable, I think.
No, I can see where it was
Yeah.
a problem back when it was originally written, that was written this way, and then this has been added on, and this has been added on, and it doesn't take into account what's up here when you're reading down here.
There is not a nice flow chart working in our ordinance right now. And one of our planning board members has offered to go through and format the ordinance, because that's the other thing. You have some people that know how to use Word, you have others that don't, and all the, the edits have been like manually, little I, paragraph, and then it's like, oh no. So he's volunteered and he is formatting our ordinance.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think getting a quote is a good idea.
Yeah, okay, I'll work on that. And then road commissioner, I have a request into mainline fence for the guardrail repair across from the Newry Schoolhouse. I have the man's name, I have his address, second home here in Newry. What I don't have is his insurance information because the officer on duty that night never got it. So, we can send him a letter saying, hey, this is the cost of the repair.
Check with Jeff Goodrose, I think he told it, he might have. No, probably not, I don't know.
Hey, couldn't hurt.
Right? Yeah, no, it doesn't hurt at all. Oh,
There's not too many towing companies
No.
around here, so if it
There's
wasn't
only
Jeff
two.
Goodrow, it's Adley's
Please.
or Savages on the rare
Because
occasion,
Adley,
so.
as screwy as they are, they might not have even wrote it down.
Striping, I have contacted the folks that did us last year. Of course, it was so wet and late in the season that I'm pretty sure the road was already frozen when we did it. We have about 13,000 feet double yellow lines that need to be done in the handicap space here. That never got done last year because we wanted to let the asphalt age a little bit before we put fresh paint on it. So hopefully 5 or 6 weeks they'll be coming through.
Okay.
How'd I do? Quick? Easy peasy? When do you want to have your next meeting? Do you want it the day after a long weekend? Some towns do, some don't.
Is
Only the
anybody
following
taking the week
week.
off?
Would that be when Retta starts?
Yeah, the following week, she starts the 11th, so the 12th.
So do we want to wait and have a meeting when she gets here?
Well, the other thing I didn't think to do tonight is all of our appointments run out June 30th. So we can draft those and have a little emergency meeting if you want before the end of the month is up. I know for you that's tough. If you just want these two, just whatever you guys decide to do.
We really should have a meeting to,
Reappoint us.
right,
So if we did, if we could do that, I mean, we could do that next week, which would be the 28th. And then
Go to the,
go to the 12th of July? Or did you want to go to the 19th of July? Because if we stick with the 1st and 3rd, it would be the 5th and the
well,
19th.
if we have one next week, we really need one.
On the 5th, no, you could go
Right,
skip
that's
that
what I'm
meeting.
no, I
I
think
don't-
we could go after, whatever the,
So the second Tuesday would be July 12th, the third Tuesday would be the 19th.
if we went to the 19th, it would give our new administrator a chance to get her feet wet. We might have some questions or something that we need to answer.
Yeah, that's true.
Where if you come in the day after, she's probably not gonna have that information. That's one way of thinking.
Thanks for the clean office.
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. The other way could be that we need to get these people appointed, but I don't think.
Well, if we did it on the 28th, we could possibly wait until the 19th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if we met next week just to reappoint everybody.
You could do that right at 4:30 too.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
you could probably almost get it written and everything.
Oh, we would, we'd have it all, we'd just take the forms we have, change the
Right.
date, and
I mean,
resubmit
it's
blanks for
only
you
gonna
guys.
be-
Yeah,
it's a
11,
formality.
12 days, huh? 12 days.
So,
Which one in that?
not until July, I don't
No, I
know.
don't think I did that. I didn't know. Yeah, you're right.
I still got time to resign.
I mean, I could be here at 4 if you don't mind a puppy.
I don't mind the bucket.
No,
We don't-
too.
And
Well,
I
we got
can keep the
anything done.
agenda short and sweet.
Because that thing's like a T-Rex.
Okay, we got babysitters.
The only thing is, we have to do that executive session where it's a personnel thing.
I don't think
No,
so
It's
because,
reappointment in most cases.
It's just reappointments, it's not a personnel
because
issue.
we only appointed them to June 30th
Right.
as in their interim.
I think the only personnel issue was our
Yours
compensation.
mine went for.
Right.
That was the part that was
Just
the
these
personnel.
two that are
Right,
the question.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because we can't collect taxes and we can't pay anybody.
right.
Yes, we can save some money.
Yeah, she comes through.
So why don't we have it on the 28th, and I'll tell them that
Yeah, but we ripped
we
it
have
up, so
one,
you
an
have to-
extra one next week, but I won't have the one in July.
Right, you're just gonna end up with one on the 19th, is that, just so I can
Well,
post?
I won't be around on the 19th.
You think you're gonna get a vacation?
Well, could we
Well,
just do the week?
I've been told I am. We're gonna go do what my wife and
What your boss
grandkids
wants
want
to
to
do.
do.
There you go. Okay. So June 28th, I'll keep it short and sweet, reappointments, get you on the way.
But we
July
probably won't be able to do one, well,
June
I
28th.
won't be there on the
Yeah,
19th,
you're right.
Okay,
because I'll be up to a crossing.
do we wanna do the 12th then?
It does not matter to me. I don't plan anything on Tuesdays for
It makes no difference to me. I've got nothing planned.
Gary, 12th?
If we really need something, yeah.
No, we don't, but I mean, the 19th is gonna be Loretta's first meeting, probably be nice if you were here.
I guess everything's paid for up there.
No, I'm not telling you to cancel a vacation, never in a million years.
There's nothing I'd rather do than come down here to a meeting on my birthday than to stay with
My
my
birthday's July 12th, so.
So either way, we're,
No, I
Well,
don't
we
care.
could do a meeting on the 19th if we had to.
Yes,
So we can wait and be like, okay, yes, we have to have a meeting. We could fumble our way through it if we needed to. But if we don't need to,
basically you're gonna sign warrants. What else do we have to do in these meetings that's a must? Approve the minutes?
but we could do that the last,
Yeah,
Yeah.
The last
We-
week of the
We've
month.
approved minutes sometimes that were 2 months behind.
okay,
well, we normally meet on what, the 1st and 3rd?
right,
So the 3rd
is the 19th.
would be the 19th.
I've
We
been
could
here
go-
45 years, this is gonna be the end of it.
We could meet on the 26th instead,
Yes.
if you wanted to do that.
I don't think it would really make that much difference.
I don't,
If
it's, like I
something comes
said,
up, we have an emergency meeting.
right.
Right.
So let's meet on the 28th of June. I can be here at 4, if that is helpful to you. With a puppy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Puppy's fine.
I mean, because it really shouldn't take more than 10, 15 minutes
No.
anyway.
Okay.
We're gonna swear at you and we're done.
And then our next meeting is gonna be July 26th.
Okay? I just wanna be able to give public notice about that.
Right, no, I agree.
Yeah,
And then when we get into August, we can go back to the 1st and 3rd.
yes.
Does anybody have any
Yeah,
trips planned
sometimes
in August?
we've, I don't know if it was July or August, but we've only had one meeting sometimes because there wasn't much going on.
And that might be July because of the 4th
Yeah.
holiday, you
Right.
know, so that's.
And that will be July because we're just gonna meet on the 26th.
That's
of
right,
July.
so there you
that
go.
will be
And are
good
you
because-
doing a 4:30 or 4?
4 PM, June 28th,
Yeah, but July,
July 26th.
what time?
That's what it's looking like.
I know, time. You want 4 or do you want 4:30?
Let's just say 4, it'll just be a bigger puppy.
Okay. And then once Loretta gets here, she can, if that time doesn't work for her, she'll tell us. Okay?
She'll have
And
to
that
deal
way
with
we
it
should
now,
have
we
the,
just decided.
We've decided.
we should have the bills ready to go out to,
I mean, I could probably come down.
To
We'll be
commit the
back, I
bills.
think, Wednesday, so
What?
we want, really
the
need
end
it.
of July, we'll have the
we do
bills
that
ready to be
Thursday.
committed.
Yeah, I think this will be
The
fine.
taxes?
You
Yeah,
talking about taxes?
yeah. tax
Okay.
bills. Yeah.
Tax commitment, July 26th also.
Okay,
Okay.
Okay,
we have to figure that one out, because Amy always used to figure that one out for us.
Rob's gonna help me with it.
Rob, Rob's been super helpful with this. Huh?
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
so I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting 5:15.
I'll second that.
We move and second, we adjourn the meeting. All those in favor?
In favor.
In favor.